On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me two Dooley. Hi, and welcome to day 7, and Happy New Year. Say Happy New Year, and say hello to Elvis, my little friend. So today is all about the new year, and today is about Todooley. Let me tell you a little bit about Todooley. Todooley is what we call the to-do list killer. So today, many of you are setting goals for the next year, setting dreams for the next year, and what you want to accomplish in 2015. So what are some of your goals for 2015? Why don't you share some of your goals in 2015? Some of my goals for 2015, I'm going to be transparent, I'm going to be open, and I'm going to share some of them with you. Number 1, to increase the abundance of 3 million people in 2015 is one of my goals for a project, a book, and a variety of other things that we're working on called 13ers. I have the intention and the goal of meeting the wife of my dreams. I have the intention, the goal of putting 100 people into what we call the Lion Chaser Mastermind. The Lion Chasers. One of my other goals in 2015 is to sign 100 people up in a new software program that we've launched, and I'm launching in conjunction with another company called Indigenous. So there's some of my goals for 2015. What are some of your goals for 2015? Now, looking at some of those goals, like putting 100 people into our Lion Chasers Mastermind. Well, let's say that's the goal, and this is where we are right now. Well, what's missing? We have to just fill in the blank of what's missing. Or how about increasing the abundance of 3 million people in 2015? You know, my business partner Dan and I had to really take a step back, and we had to ask ourselves, who do we need to be in and for the world in order to make that impact, in order to make that difference, and in order to really help and increase the abundance of 3 million people. It's a very different conversation than I've ever had before. And so I'm grateful to be a part of what we're doing here for others and for ourselves. And so we created this software that makes it really easy for you to prioritize your to-dos, the stuff that you need to get done, the stuff that's missing between where you are and where you want to be. And 2 years ago, 2012, I spent 2 months in Hawaii, beautiful island of Maui, and a week over in Kona. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely blessed to have that opportunity to travel the world. And that's how I created my business, in a way that allows me to travel the world while exploring the culture with people that I love. And that's my desire for everyone, is to travel and to explore, because God has so much out there for us to experience, people for us to connect with. And so it was in Maui, Hawaii. I was taking a walk and I was doing my morning rituals. I got up, I rose, and I alkalized. I began to move and get some exercise in. And I took a walk along the cliffs in Haiku, right above the massive surf, the massive waves where Jaws is. It's a little town called Haiku. And we were out there, we had a house where all you heard was birds chirping. Incredibly peaceful, incredibly rejuvenating on the body and the mind. And I took a walk, and I was doing my morning rituals that you already know because you've made it to day 7. And as I was talking with God, I got a download on what I called the productivity system, how to get 10 times more done than the average entrepreneur. Because over the years, I've had people ask me, how do you get so much done so quickly? How are you so fast at execution? And I broke it down from a technique and a strategy that I learned from one of my mentors years ago, and a book that I read, and I learned about a productivity system, a system of getting more done faster and easier. And at one point in time, over 50 years ago, someone paid $10,000 for this little strategy that I'm going to share with you today. So what I want you to do, you can start with a piece of paper, and then you can transfer it over to Todoly.com. There'll be a link below this video and in the blog. But the way that I started this back 10 years ago was I wrote down everything I needed to do. And then I took everything that I needed to do and I prioritized them in order of importance. And then I took another sheet of paper and I put down the top 3 things that I needed to get done first in order of importance. And I was told to focus on that one thing. Focus on that one thing that needed to get done, unless an emergency came up. But to take that other sheet and to get it out of your way, to get it out of your sight, and focus on that one highest value activity, the thing that needs to get done now before anything else. I don't know if you're like me or not, but my list of things to do is pretty massive. Pages and pages and pages of things that need to get done in order to increase the abundance of 3 million people and to enroll 100 people into a new software platform and into a mastermind and meeting the woman of my dreams and uniting with my wife. I mean, there's a number of things that need to be done. I'm going to challenge you today to ask the question of who do you need to be in order to fulfill on that goal that you have. And are you committed to making that happen? Are you committed to making promises to yourself and to others, standing firm on the goals, the resolutions, if you will, that you set before you? Now, this morning, I was reading in the book, In the Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day. And I was reading about the butterfly effect, how an incremental shift, really small. In fact, I wrote more about it on the blog, but in a shift, even a butterfly's flap, the wind from a butterfly's wing, how it was measured to have an impact around the world. Can you imagine the flap of a butterfly's wing or the buzz of a bee having an impact on something on another side of the world? How much of a difference for you, the things that you're doing, the way that you're being, the way that you're showing up. One shift like Rise and Alkalize, or one shift like being in a state of appreciation and gratitude, or embracing declarations. One shift. Can you imagine what that one shift has done over the course of my life and yours? I only want the best for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to be prosperous and successful. I want you to be living the life of your dreams, not bound by time and not bound by anything. My desire is for pure freedom and abundance in every area of your life, because I have experienced pure freedom and abundance in mine. And it's my desire to transfer that understanding, that wisdom, that knowledge, ultimately that experience that I've had up to this point in time, and it's only getting better and better, and it's only getting wealthier and wealthier, it's only expanding more and more. Last night was phenomenal. Our church, C3 of San Diego, held an event from 9:30 till 1 a.m. BJ Putnam was in town, and he came to bring worship. Very, very different than what I've ever experienced on New Year's Eve. Normally we go out, have a night on the town, spend time with friends, celebrate the ball dropping. Not to last night. Last night was about worship. Last night, the message that Jurgen shared, our pastor, was about the power of now. And the fact that in the Bible, now is mentioned over 2,200 times. Now. Can you believe that the word now? There's urgency to take action now. I was talking about this with a dear and close friend the other day, and I was mentioning the fact about taking action now. I was talking about when I had an idea to build a website to support another company as an affiliate. I built this site in conjunction with another platform. When I built that website, I had an overwhelming urge within me to produce this site. And within 3 days, I banged it out. In 3 days, it was finished. And in a week, it was live. It was being advertised on Google. And within a week, we were generating leads. And in a week, we were generating sales. And because of that one decision to take action on that urge within me, one person saw that website. One person made an introduction to a client that is a beautiful relationship. And I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about what's in store. But if I would have never taken that action, if I would have never taken the urge within me, I would have never received the fruit of planting that seed. Another time, I was at an event in Delray Beach, Florida, like I mentioned the other day. And we went into two circles, an inner circle and an outer circle. And you know what? This video is getting long, so I'm going to share that in another video. That's a whole lesson in and of itself. And I just don't have time because we'll be here for another 20 minutes if I was going to share that story with you. So today is all about To-Do-Ly. Today is all about prioritizing your to-dos, and To-Do-Ly makes it simple. It makes it easy to enter in all the things that you need to get done this year, this month, this week, today. Enter in all of your to-dos. And then easily prioritize those to-dos in order of importance by clicking left or right, up or down. And it will select which item is of highest priority. And at the end of that, it will spit out a report that says do this first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. It makes getting things done easy. And that is if you enjoy getting things done quickly and easily and effortlessly. Or if you like to struggle and toil and get stuck and be held back and not accomplish your dreams, then do it the old way. But I encourage and I challenge you to do things a little differently. Thank you for tuning in to day 7, my favorite number. I love you. I thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year. I'm excited for all of the opportunities that abound. I'm excited for the opportunity that I get to connect with all the brilliant and amazing people that God has brought into my life. I'm excited for a brilliant and bright future. And I hope that you are in it. I hope that you are with me in this journey. Join me. Stand by me. Come alongside of me and let's go. It's time to make things happen in 2015. I love you. Have an amazing rest of your New Year's Day. And I'll see you tomorrow in the 8th day of Christmas. Be well.